All right, welcome on in. It's test team 3. Uh, Let me know if everything's working all right. We're back. It's Marlins and Reds. Game 1 of a 4-game weekday set. Marlins coming off a win over the Yankees. Couple of 6-3 teams. Going to be a fun one tonight after a long weekend at old Yankee Stadium, and for a good while not in Yankee Stadium. Marlins had a pitching change midway through a rain delay yesterday. Wild weekend. We're back for game number 10 of the season. If you're doing the math at home, in a football season, we're in the fourth quarter here. Final 2-minute drill of the first game. So making our way through the year pretty quick. Marlins 9 games in, first in the National League East. This is the latest they've been atop the NL East since in a year since 2017. That does not include the 2020 season, which was of course shortened by COVID. Season didn't even start till July, late July at that. Marlins have Jansen Junk on the mound for the series opener. They'll have Sandy tomorrow. They've got Brandon Williamson on the other side for the Cincinnati Reds. Got the Marlins and the Reds coming up in just a couple minutes here. I'll run you through the lineups real quick. First for the Cincinnati Reds, TJ Friedl starting things off in center field. Matt McClain at second base. It'll be Ellie De La Cruz, Sal Stewart, Eugenio Suarez, Spencer Steer, Will Benson, Tyler Stevenson, and the 9th spot, Brian Hayes over at third base. For the Marlins, Austin Slater, Augustine Ramirez in the 2 spot again, another lefty-heavy lineup with Williamson on the mound, Jacob Marcy in center field, Otto Lopez at short, Herberto Hernandez in right field, Connor Norby back at first base. X going to be DH tonight. What a hot start to the year for him. And Leo Jimenez at second base. Javier Sanoja rounding out the lineup at third. You can see it all right there. Game will be starting momentarily from Lone Depot Park. Poor weather outside, good weather inside Lone Depot Park, according to all reports. Sunny and 65 where I am, so I think we're all good. On the weather front, shouldn't expect any power outages from a thunderstorm. That would be the only thing that could affect me. I don't think we're going to get a rain delay at Lone Depot Park either, so should be about ready to go. Junk will be on the mound for the Marlins after a solid opening start to his season. Marlins jumped out on the White Sox in Junk's first appearance of the year. A little bit of a roster move for the Fish. They lost Pete Fairbanks, who of course started yesterday. The Marlins sort of put him in as an opener. You scroll through here of all the Marlins players available. As for the Fish, it is an interesting setup for this week, given how much they had to use that bullpen against the Yankees. Of course, pushing that extra 4 or 5 hours doesn't help necessarily. You're not going to really get to use anybody from last night, but for the most part, the Marlins are going to be all right. When you have a guy like Sandy Duup second in the pitching order, per se, you feel pretty darn good about the way that the series can go. If you can have a decent outing tonight from Junk, piece it together the rest of the way. Back end of your rotation, Jansen Junk, that's not too shabby, and he looks solid in his first start. We'll see what the Marlins can do to build on a tough series on the road, taking on a Cincinnati Reds team who hasn't lost on the road this year. They just swept the Rangers in their first road trip of the season, 3-3 at home, and they win 3 in a row. So a hot Red squad. Ellie De La Cruz highlighting a very fun Cincinnati Reds team that would seem to be favored to be right in the race for either a wild card spot or that Central Division. So things should be fun here. 4-game set, going to be a good week of baseball at Lone Depot Park for the Marlins. And I mean, we're about ready to be underway. I'm not going to pay attention to the chat. I'll tell you that right now for free. That's not something that we do around these parts. No chat will be paid attention to. There's Jansen Junk making his way to the mound. Technical difficulties immediately on Marlins TV. It is immediately, the screen has turned completely blue, so we'll see if they can work their way out of that jam. Oh boy. I mean, full technical difficulties. There we go. We fixed it. TJ Friedl will lead things off. Interesting, last night, the first pitch of the ball game in the Marlins game, Max Fried, and the first pitch will be to TJ Friedl. Red Sox wearing their all-gray uniforms with red and white pinstripes. Terry Francona back there, skipper for the Reds. Good to see him. The Reds wearing the red caps as well. Classic look from the Cincinnati Reds. One of the more iconic teams in baseball. The first team in baseball, Jansen Junk, the right-hander. Marlins wearing their white uniforms. As Junk comes in, his 18th start with the Marlins, an ERA of 4.52 with the Fish. 62 strikeouts, just 12 walks, and the Marlins certainly could use a guy that's not going to walk too many. Have had 10 per game over the last 3 games, 30 over the last 3 to be exact, and they have broken a franchise record that's the most in any 3-game span in franchise history. In any 3-day span, they actually tied it back in 1997 in a 4-game span where they had a doubleheader on one of the days. So that's a rarity, seeing the Marlins with 3 straight days with, I think it was 11, maybe it was 10, 11, 9 in terms of walks. We already went over the Marlins' defensive positioning. We're ready to go. Around the outfield for the Fish, it's Herberto Hernandez in center, Jacob Marcy in right, Austin Slater. Around the infield, left to right, you're going to go Sanoja, Lopez, Jimenez at second base. And at first, Connor Norby behind the plate for the Fish. Augustine Ramirez, off day for all the lefties for the Fish. There's going to be no Liam Hicks, no Graham Pauley, no Griffin Conine, no Owen Casey, at least for now. Friedl settling in, Jansen Junk from the stretch. Leg kick and delivery. First pitch misses a wee bit low, ball 1. We'll get our little Vizcast up in just a second as soon as it pops up here. The Marlins and the Reds going at it, and it has popped up now, right on cue. You'll get it when we get it. 1-0 pitch on the inside corner to Friedl, strike 1. We are raring to go at Lone Depot Park. Not a hefty crowd on Monday night, we'll say that. Not as to be expected, but the Reds not a massive market coming to town. Well, maybe we won't get the old Vizcast quite yet, as the 1-1 darts outside. Friedl, left-hander. Here we go. Let's settle in here. Let's get this Vizcast going. There she is. All right. Welcome to the stream. We're still working it out. Friedl lines one down the right field line and over the ball boy's head, but foul. 2-2. Certainly chime in on what you're thinking of the setup with the crowd noise, because the crowd noise is my biggest question of this test stream, so we'll see on that. TJ Friedl, Jansen Junk, 2-2 count in the opening batter of the ball game. Friedl very low in his stance. You're going to see the pitch before I do. It's a slider fouled off. We got to fix that up real quick. Not too bad. That's not too difficult. Doing all right. We're figuring it out. Jansen Junk got credit for the win in did not get credit for the win, actually, in the Marlins' first game with him on the mound. 2-2 pitch, back up the middle. It's a base knock for Friedl, just to the right of second base. Sharply hit ground ball, and the Cincinnati Reds have a man aboard to start the inning. All right, we figured everything out. We're here. We're good. Settle in. That top of the first inning can be a little tough when you're trying to settle and figure what's actually happening in the game. Friedel's had a rough start to the season. His average coming in just 100, but he's on the board with a base knock here to start things off. Matt McClain will step in, the second baseman. Batting from the right side now. Friedl with some speed on first base. First pitch from Junk is a slider in, ball 1. Certainly don't want to let another team jump out to a lead. Marlins trailed 3-0 right out of the gate yesterday. Excuse me, 3-1. They scored 1 at the top of the first. A 3-run bomb from Ben Rice off Pete Fairbanks, who got the start. He is out today, of course, on paternity leave. A strange setup. Marlins had Chris Paddock start in the 3rd inning after the rain delay sort of pushed things back. Assume Fairbanks had a flight. He gets on the flight afterwards and is able to make it out in time. Friedl with a big lead over on first. Here's the pitch from Junk. It misses high, ball 3. Highly doubt Matt McClain will have the green light here in the top of the first. With a a man on and nobody out. Junk doesn't walk many, talked about it at the top, but there's ball 4. And Augustine Ramirez may think about challenging that one. That was awfully close at the letters. It is early. Let's see where Junk missed with that one. It is, well, we're never going to find out. We just won't know. 4-pitch walk from Junk, his 13th as a Marlin. And not the start that the Marlins pitching coaches wanted. Really anyone in that dugout. Brings in Ellie De La Cruz with a couple on and nobody out. First pitch to him. Big hanging curveball fouled back off the catcher's mitt. De La Cruz, the Reds' leader in the long ball. 3 home runs to start the year. His OPS just under 800. Reds' offense hasn't been too hot, but their pitching staff has been solid. They sweep last series with just 9 runs offensively. They gave up just 4. 0-1 from Jansen Junk. Takes a peek at second, now turns and takes a longer peek as he'll step off. Friedel not worried at all about Otto Lopez, who stands just behind him there at second base. Ellie De La Cruz, 3 home runs in 3 series. One of them on the road against the Rangers, couple at home, Great American Ballpark. Junk misses high and away, dropping it as Ramirez, but no threat of the runners going anywhere. 1-1. First and second here early on in this one. Junk trying to get out of an early jam. Delivers to De La Cruz. De La Cruz drives one deep to right field. It's on a line, and coming in and making the catch in right is Austin Slater. No advance. That ball was falling fast. And a loud out number 1 here, as I can't believe Slater was able to make that catch standing up. He sort of tumbled. It looked like he was going to tumble forward. He was head way in front of his feet, makes the grab, and a big one for the Marlins there and for Jansen Junk. As Austin Slater, I don't know if he took a step out first. Didn't look like a very difficult play, but he makes it regardless. And with 1 out, a bouncer left side. This could be 2. Stepping on the bag for 1 at third. The throw across to first, scooped out at first base by Norby. Jansen Junk gets out of the jam. Nice little play by Sanoja. It's 5-3 on the double play. Sal Stort was the batter, and just like that, Marlins are out of it in the first. Back in the bottom of the first, as the Marlins get out of the jam, Javi Sanoja with a nice play over at third base, an athletic play to go 5-3, and a nice scoop by Connor Norby at first. Brandon Williamson on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds. By the way, that top of the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Reds, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1 to Austin Slater, Marlins leadoff man. Of course, a right-handed heavy lineup for the Fish against the lefty Williamson, a big, tall lefty, and he drops in a tall curveball For strike two, just like that. Went over it a few minutes ago with the Marlins starting lineup. Slater, Augustine Ramirez on deck, then Jacob Marcy, who's still continuing to struggle, trying to find his way early in the year. Otto Lopez, Hernandez, Norby, Edwards, Leo Jimenez in the 8th spot, and Javi Sanoja. 0-2 misses a little low with the sweeper. Does Williamson. Xavier Edwards, second time as a DH in his young MLB career. Slater hitting 167 on the year, and that's just going to go down as he swings and misses through strike three. Good pitch from Williamson and a good start for him after a poor first appearance of the year. So you can see that ERA dart in the double digits. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. Ended up with 3 strikeouts through 94 pitches, so he got some work. First pitch here to Ramirez, who takes a ball high. Ramirez expected to be the go-to guy behind the plate for the Marlins this year, but Liam Hicks has been slapping the ball around the field to start the season. It's become a less of a platoon thing, or more of a platoon thing, and less of a, Augustine Ramirez's job with a day off whenever Hicks can get in there. Ball misses high. A couple fastballs so far from Williamson. It's quickly 2-0. Williamson got a lot of pitches. He's not going to blow by you. There's a changeup at 86. Exhibit B or C or D perhaps already in this first 7 pitches he's thrown. Ramirez batting from the right side. Those bright yellow gloves, bright yellow shoes, the neon yellow arm as well. His arm not necessarily yellow. That one misses high, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Ramirez. And the Marlins have a man aboard here with 1 away in the first. Brings in Jacob Marcy. Around the outfield for the Reds, Spencer Steer, TJ Friedel, and Will Benson left to right. Left to right around the infield, Key Brian Hayes, Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McLean, and Sal Stewart. Over there at first base behind the plate, it's Tyler Stevenson. Very good defense, the Cincinnati Reds team. Marcy, the left-hander, facing the lefty Williamson here with a man aboard. First pitch misses high to Marcy, who's had some poor luck to begin this season. Trying to find his groove and turn some balls around. He's driven in a pair of runs. Still hasn't taken one out of the ballpark. Got off to such a hot start a season ago in his MLB debut. 1-0 right over the plate with a cut fastball, ball and a strike. It was literally center cut for Marcy. Ellie De La Cruz shifting around at shortstop. Lefty-lefty matchup. And a drive into right field, and going back and making the catch is the right fielder Benson. There's 2 away. Line out from Jacob Marcy. Well hit ball again. And there's 2 away for Otto Lopez in the cleanup spot today. Otto Lopez average at .333 on the season. That OPS sitting at .921 as he enters play today. Pretty good start for the Marlins shortstop. With 2 gone, he takes a pitch in the inside corner, cut fastball, strike 1. Really don't know what you're going to get from Williamson, but if you guess right, there's a pretty high success rate throughout his career. That was 95 off the bat of Marcy. Not a bad swing on that one. 0-1 now to Otto Lopez. Misses away, ball 1. And that a changeup outside. He's really mixing it up to this point. The Marlins offensively have been fun to watch, especially the last couple days. They survived the Yankees 7-6. There's a big swing and a miss from Lopez on another changeup. And Williamson is out ahead of him, 1-2. Don't imagine Augustine Ramirez is going to be moving here, but always an opportunity. Time was called there by Lopez. He'll step back in. Take a long look at Williamson. Williamson takes a long look at him. Now peeks over at first. Now looks and throws over to first base, where Ramirez takes 2 steps back and standing up is safe. Might as well use a disengagement. Why not? You got him. Lefty Williamson. We saw Marlin picked off yesterday by Max Fried, the left-hander. Here's a pitch low, ball 2. As they pan over into right field, Marlins with a couple new World Series banners. A little easier to see, too. Not blending in with that skyline out and left. 2-2 with a man on. Lopez takes. Did he go? He did not. That ball darted way inside on him, and it almost forced him to swing. Checked it a little bit. Count's going to be full now. Ramirez will be on the move with 2 away here in the bottom half. Chance for the Marlins to get to 7-3 to start the season. As Williamson is high with a cutter, and Otto Lopez bails him out, fouls it back. Ramirez will trot on back to first, and will restart the merry-go-round again. Not necessarily a merry-go-round when there's only one on base, but alas. 17 pitches in for Williamson. Left-hander settles in, takes a couple steps, and delivers. This one driven right to the second baseman. That is Matt McClain playing him perfect up the middle. And it's out number 3. Marlins get a 1-out walk, unable to do anything with it. We're through 1 at Lone Depot Park. Marlins and Reds scoreless. Back at it. Top of 2, Marlins and Reds at Lone Depot Park. Pair of 6-3 squads going at it. We talked a moment ago about Pete Fairbanks and his being put on the paternity list. Ryan Gusto called up in his place. More on him in a second. Eugenio Suarez stands in. The first pitch to him is a big sweeper blown away. Suarez last time here, he won a World Baseball Classic, and he's driving one to left field and playable, but fairly deep, in a sliding grab in left field. Why not? Herberto Hernandez making his presence felt. A couple nice outfield plays early on from the Marlins defense. Hernandez came crashing towards his right, and he slides feet first. Makes a grab in that bright blue glove, and a smooth looking out number 1 for Jansen Junk and the Marlins. Well, here I thought we were going to talk about Gusto. A little bit of Gusto there from Hernandez, as there's strike 1 to Spencer Steer, the left fielder standing in. Spencer Steer, OPS around 600, 629 as he enters today. That pitch misses inside to him, ball 1. Jansen Junk so far relying on that fastball a bit more than everything else. Here's the 1-1. It's foul back, ball and 2 strikes. So back to the Gusto conversation. Gusto replacing Fairbanks, who pitched yesterday and then was put on the paternity list today. 27-year-old from actually Florida Southwestern State College in Fort Myers. Attended Broward College as a walk-on as well, and that's going to be strike 3 looking on a fastball to steer, and there's 2 away. Brings in Will Benson. Start to this inning for Junk. Ryan Gusto, meanwhile, drafted by the Astros way back in 2019. Marlins traded for him at the deadline last year. They acquired him as part of a deal for Jesus Sanchez. In fact, 3 games for the Fish last season. Did not have too much success in his time with the Fish. ERA, I think, around 7 or 8. 1 start this year so far in AAA. It was last week. He went 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts through just 78 pitches. So he should be ready to go for whenever the Marlins will need him, either tonight or the rest of the week. See how long paternity lasts, or the paternity list lasts for Pete Fairbanks. What a good story there, seeing Fairbanks get to spend time with his family and welcome a new member of the family today. 0-2, pitch misses low to Will Benson. Changeup, good miss from Junk. Will Benson went to Westminster High in Atlanta, according to this note here. As he skies one left side, it's going to be playable over at third base for Sanoha. Ranges over, makes the catch. And 3 up, 3 down for Jansen Junk. We'll be right back in a second. Marlins and Reds are scoreless. All right, bottom of 2, back at Lone Depot Park. Marlins and Reds. Fish will have Herberto Hernandez, Connor Norby, and X. Starting things off here. Due up in the bottom of the 2nd. Hernandez OPSing so far this year at 476, and that may boost it. Line drive into left, and a nice grab in left field coming in as Spencer Steer. Boy, some good defense so far. Nothing, nothing Sports Center wise, but some nice plays, some good range from both teams defensively. And quick first out as Connor Norby steps in. We have ourselves a pitcher duel at the pace we're starting this game off at. And Williamson will face the righty Norby. He works quickly and delivers a big curveball in the dirt. So you see this Marlins lineup. If you're the type of person that likes to look at the averages pregame, when you list it out, it's a fascinating look because the Marlins have 3 400 hitters. They're hitting 7, 8, 9 in this lineup. Big swing and a miss there from Norby on a changeup. Counts even 1-1. Norby hitting 167 on the young season, trying to find his way. Marcy's in a similar boat. There's a poor swing and a miss at a changeup that was never close. I mean, look how far outside this thing is. If you're watching along as well, that was a poor swing from Norby, whose bat with a pink handle, a little black in the middle before it goes to wood. 1-2 pitch. Norby skies one down the right field line. This one could be playable out there and right, and it is caught right on the line by Will Benson. There's 2 away. And that brings in the Marlins' hottest hitter, Xavier Edwards, who's stepping to the plate with a .471 batting average and 1147 OPS. A lot of 1s and 4s and 7s in those numbers. In different spots in the order, his average is pretty consistently good, but number 2, he's hitting .417. In the 7th spot, he's hitting .389. I guess keeping him down here is keeping him going and staying comfortable. He's had more success in his career not in the leadoff spot, although he's got all the facets of a leadoff man. Calls time here. It's no balls and a strike on a good cut fastball from the lefty Brandon Williamson. In his 9 games, he's got 16 hits to start the year. DHing tonight is the kind of guy you can't keep out of the lineup, even when you're giving him a night off in the field. Sweeper missed badly. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good changeup there from Williamson, and he's sort of finding it in the early going, using all sorts of pitches, and they all seem to be working. Cut fastball's been working well. Now that changeup seems to be finding his groove with that. 1-2 to Edwards. He lifts one into left field. It's not going to be nearly deep enough for any magic. Play is made out there by Spencer Steer, and the Marlins go down in order on all balls to the outfield. We head to the third, still scoreless. All right, back in the top of the third, near record pace at Lone Depot Park. It's been 20 minutes since first pitch. And at this rate, we might be out of here by, I don't know, 8:15, 8:20. I mean, just crazy pace. Jansen Junk on the mound along with Brandon Williamson. They both work fast and they both work efficiently to this point. A couple of scoreless innings for both guys. Tyler Stevenson leads off in the top of the third and takes strike 1, a fastball in the outer half. Marlins took 1 out of 3 against the Yankees in their last series. The Reds just swept the Rangers, both teams on the road. 0-1 pitch lifted out towards center field. Sort of that Bermuda Triangle, but now coming in, Marcy's going to be able to make the catch with relative ease. Can of corn out there, and there's one away. Brian Hayes due up last in this order with 1 away. Tell you what, the Marlins experience has been a fun one through 9.25-ish games. Let's say 9.22, 9.23 games to this point. Been fun to watch, been a fun team, exciting offense. In not the new-fashioned way, they are putting big innings together as a team, and normally not a sign of long-term success, but the way the Marlins are hitting the ball, I don't think anyone's really doubting that they can keep this up. As this one lifted out to right by Brian Hayes, it's playable, and it is caught by the right fielder Slater. And it's the day of the fly balls. Already the Reds have popped in the first time through the lineup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. They have flown out. The Marlins have flown out 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and they are not even through their lineup. So 2 guys that aren't going to blow it by you, I guess. Junk certainly not. Williamson certainly not. Ground ball type pitcher, but a bunt attempt from Friedel, and it's a called strike 1. He missed it, and then also missing it was Augustine Ramirez. He's had some trouble behind the plate the other day, allowing Giancarlo Stanton to swipe a bag for the first time in, I believe, 6 years in the regular season. Pitch number 30 from Jansen Junk here with 2 outs in the third is a changeup that at the upper part of the strike zone. It's 0-2. The Reds, a playoff team a year ago. Marlins helped knock the Mets out, get them in. Fish looking for their 5th playoff appearance in franchise history, 2020-2023, the most recent. Of course, 97 and 03, the Marlins' 2 championships. It's 0-2 from Jansen Junk. He sets, delivers, and misses well outside with a changeup. Came out of his hand a little strange. It's 1-2. Time called by TJ Friedel just before that pitch, so he's out of his time. Friedel leadoff single to start the ball game. That one misses another changeup, 2-2. It's the only hit so far by either side. Stranded on second base. Actually was out. Part of that double play. 2-2 coming here to Friedel. And a high fastball that's popped up behind second base. It's more than playable, and Leo Jimenez is there. In shallow right, makes the catch. Just keep on moving along here. A few minutes, commercial. We're back to it. Scoreless. Rapid pace, bottom of the third for the Marlins and the Reds here. A scoreless First 2.5 innings, Marlins going to change that here. We hope Leo Jimenez leading things off with Javi Sanoja and Austin Slater due up after him. Leo Jimenez, oh, by the way, just a quick 400 start for him. Obviously, limited plate appearances for Jimenez does not qualify, but yeah, it's not too shabby a start, regardless. 2 for 5 is better than 1 for 5 or 0 for 5, and he grounds one up the middle here. Going to be a tough play for De La Cruz. Jimenez has speed, but he'll have it in time, and there's one away. 6-3 on the putout, as the lengthy shortstop Ellie De La Cruz able to make that look smooth. He looks like a basketball player out at short. So Liam Hicks, we talked about it earlier, not in the lineup, currently being interviewed in the TV broadcast. He is tied for the MLB lead with Drake Baldwin and C.J. Abrams. An NL East three-way tie atop the league for RBI. And now squaring around a bunt and taking it is Javi Sanoja. Didn't really look like he wanted to on a big curveball from Brandon Williamson. That was Williamson's 30th pitch of the ball game. Can't complain about the start he's had to this point. I'll give you another 5 seconds here, see if you guys can catch up a little bit. That's not bad. 0-1 to Sanoja, and he misses high and away, and somehow behind the plate, able to make the catch is Tyler Stevenson. That one, I think he snow coned a fastball at 90, I'm going to say 94. He was not expecting it there. Regardless, you're not going to see it, but I'm going to tell you it was there. The 1-1 misses away. No, it's strike 2 on a cut fastball. Close one, but a called strike nonetheless. I'm going to give you another 5 seconds. Let's see how you guys do. This might be live. Who knows? There's that cutter right on the black. 1-2, and now the pitch misses low. Fastball. 2-2 to the righty Sanoja. He's trying to stay hot too. 429. Talked about it a moment ago. That's 7, 8, 9 of the order. All comes into the ball game hitting above 400. Obviously now Leon Jimenez has fallen below it. Down to a lowly 333. Bouncer to third. Playable. Scooped it. Throw across in time. Well done by the third baseman, Key Brian Hayes. Good defender over there. It's 5-3 on the putout, and there's 2 away. Flips the order to Austin Slater. Only 10 batters faced so far for Jansen Junk through 3 innings. This is the 10th for the Marlins, hoping to avoid the same fate. Junk's 33 pitches in, Brandon Williamson 32. Both these guys cruising through the first third of this ball game. Austin Slater, second time up, he struck out to lead off the Marlins half of the first. And he takes strike 1 here, big hanging curveball. That's a nice get-over pitch that he's starting to find some comfort in. Williamson is. Open at bats. The 0-1 to Slater. Takes a fastball right down Main Street. We're going to call that a sinker. He's got such a repertoire. Fastball, cutter, sinker. It's a little bit of movement that can turn a nice hit into a ground ball or a pop-up real quick. That little difference. Quickly 0-2 to Slater is trying to avoid his second strikeout of the ball game. Williamson winds, delivers, swing and a miss on a changeup low. Second for Slater. And on the day, just the second for Williamson. Scoreless after 3 here. Marlins still hitless at Lone Depot Park. Back to the top of the fourth. Feels like there's not enough time to get talking. The Marlins, by the way, just showed I'm sorry for the distraction as the first pitch has popped up into shallow center field. The pace that this game is going has been sensational. If you're a fan of pace of play, that's caught by Leo Jimenez out behind second base, and quickly Matt McLean is out number one. Ellie De La Cruz coming to the plate. He flew out to right his first time up. The kid of the day that the Marlins do, he's 5 years old. His name is Legend. I'm not making this. I don't know if he put it in. I don't know if it's a joke. His name is Legend, and it's fantastic. Anyway, Ellie De La Cruz 0 for 1 on the day. One away here is Jansen Junk. Delivers a changeup in there, strike one. It's almost one of those games where you feel like a pitcher gets a little too comfortable with how much you're grooving, and you worry about Junk leaving one over on a guy like De La Cruz, who's driven in 5 this year with 3 home runs. The 0-1 pitch is a little bit low on a fastball. Ramirez not going to challenge that one. I think that was the right call, but just misses there. The Marlins, Sandy Alcantara pitching tomorrow. You can continue to get a good outing out of Jansen Junk. You're going to feel really good the rest of this series after things got a little dicey for the Marlins bullpen last series. Still a long way to go. Pitch misses low to De La Cruz. It's 2-1. Yeah, the pace of this game, 30 minutes for 3 innings to be completed in full as De La Cruz drives one into center field, the base knock, diving attempt by the second baseman Jimenez, and De La Cruz going for second. Here's the throw, not in time. And Ellie De La Cruz in with a hustle double on a ground ball into center field. All of a sudden, man in scoring position for the Reds here in the fourth. And that is the kind of weapon that Ellie De La Cruz is. This is not a routine double by any means. Really just a hard hit. I don't even want to say a hard hit single. Just a routine single up the middle into shallow right center. The outfield playing a little bit deep. He's into second rather comfortably. Slid in there. It was 111 off the bat. All right, I'll say it was hit pretty hard, but didn't make it out of the infield without a chance of being stopped. Man on and a man out for Stewart, who swings and misses at a slider left-right over the plate. Sal Stewart grounded into a double play his first time up to end the first inning. Over to third base, sitting 355 on the young campaign. Couple home runs for him. OPS at 1132 as he steps in here. We'll look back at De La Cruz, who's thinking about third base with one out. One misses high. Trying to get into real scoring position. That double play by Stewart may have cost him a run earlier. Stewart rocking the nice goatee. Serious look in his face. A little bit of a tall stance. Here's the 1-1. Bounces one towards third base, but foul. Not dissimilar from the chopper that gave the Marlins a couple outs in the first. Scoreless here in the top of the fourth. Marlins and Reds. Ellie De La Cruz on second. Sal Stewart at the plate, and Stewart takes a slider in the dirt. Made it about 56 out of the 60 required feet. Did that one. 2-2. Good stop by Agustin Ramirez. Here's a fun little stat. The Reds are one of 4 teams with a winning record, but a negative run differential. It's a spot the Marlins seem to find themselves in whenever they have a winning team. Funny as it sounds, De La Cruz going. Here's a ball back up the middle. It's a base knock. A couple feet away from being 2. Leo Jimenez dove and nearly got it, but it's going to be an RBI single, and the Reds are on the board here in the fourth. Line shot right back at the mound, and Sal Stewart has the Reds up 1-0. With De La Cruz going, Ramirez was up and ready to try to turn a double play with a strikeout, and it was just left right over. Fastball down Main Street for Sal Stewart. First time through the order pretty easy, but a double and a single back-to-back here. And now going is the runner from first, Stewart. The throw down by Ramirez. I think he got him in time. Nobody lost the ball. Oh boy, Leo Jimenez lost the ball. Time call at second base, and Sal Stewart has swiped the bag. It was ruled a ball here. Let's see exactly where that pitch was, because I almost want to say it was a strike. I think Jimenez might have had him in time if he didn't drop that thing. It was bang, bang. Boy, that's close. Might have had him. And that slider did miss outside, so it's going to be 1-0 to Eugenio Suarez, meanwhile. But another runner in scoring position here, and the struggles for Ramirez behind the plate in terms of holding runners on continues. This one bounced to third, backhanded there, and a long throw to first is high, and bobbled by Norby, and he dropped it. Norby dropped it. Stewart going over to the third, throw back there is in time though, and got him. Aggressive base running, so Sanoha sort of looked him back. Stewart went back towards second, then went as Norby dropped it at first. Norby throws it back across the diamond to Sanoha, who tags out Stewart, and the Marlins get a break there. It was a poor throw by Sanoha. Norby got up and probably, he should have had that regardless. He's got to come off the bag and then come down because there was time. I guess it's going to be 5-3 to 5 on the putout. Interested to see what the ruling's going to be on how Suarez gets to first base. I think it's an error. Official ruling is, an E3. It was a little bit high, but that's more on Norby than anyone. And then it's 3-5 or 5-3 to 5 on the putout, or is it 3-5 on the putout? We'll see what that is. Regardless, there's only a man on first now for the Reds. It's a break for the Fish. There's 2 away here in the 4th. And Junk may have avoided a jam as this one bounced to third. Same spot, Sanoha, long throw. He's going to bounce this one to Norby, and Norby's able to get that cleanly. He learned from his mistakes. Go low when they go high. And in the middle of the 4th, it's 1-0 Reds, but the Marlins get out of a potential jam. Bottom of the 4th, Marlins and Reds. In the top of the 4th inning for Cincinnati, it was 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base, and that run was an earned run. That error did not end up costing the Fish really at all. It actually sort of helped in retrospect, although it might have been a double play. Who knows? That pitch misses outside to open things up against Augustin Ramirez. Ramirez, the lone base runner so far for the Marlins. He had a 4-pitch walk in the 1st. Finds himself here in the 4th looking to continue that trend and find his way aboard again. Changeup misses low, quickly 2-0 to him. The lefty Williamson clearly having a little bit of trouble finding the zone against Ramirez so far, and that one bucks that trend. Got fastball over the plate, 2-1. Boy, does Williamson work fast, and Junk might work faster. 47 pitches so far for Junk. They're both staying around the zone and working quickly. Back to it, Williamson. Big swing and a miss from Ramirez on a curveball that I don't know if it made it more than 58 feet. 2-2. I'd like to get some base runners here. 2, 3, 4 due up for the Marlins. It's Ramirez as he lofts one into left center field, and Ellie De La Cruz covers that ground in no time. He backs up, makes the catch. That's a pretty tough play right there. That's full sprint and a dive for me, but Ellie De La Cruz trots back there. He had his hips facing home plate by the time it fell, and he's under it for out number 1. Jacob Marcy will stand in for the Fish, center fielder. Once again tonight, his average down to 114, and he could use a hit in a big way here. Facing the lefty Williamson. He had a lot of success against lefties in his rookie year. The OPS sitting at a lowly 420 with Otto Lopez due up on deck. So 1-0 to Marcy. And he drives one into center field. Just can't get the luck, man. And it's caught in center. Well hit ball, well struck. Good pitch to hit. He got a 1-0 count. Saw it, lined it. Doesn't matter. Out number 2. The poor luck continues for Jacob Marcy. Luckily, there's 162 games. That is the most lucky thing of all when it comes to Major League Baseball. And it brings in Otto Lopez with 2 away. Cannot catch a break so far. Otto Lopez has caught a few breaks. That one misses in on a curveball. 1-0. Checking here, the 1-0 to Otto Lopez, just a bit outside with a cut fastball, but it's rolled to strike. Let's see where this one was exactly. We can catch up a little bit on the old Vizcast. Williamson's working fast. Yeah, that cutter was in there. There's a changeup that misses low. Might have been the setup that sort of threw me off. Looked like it was outside. So the expected batting average right now for the Marlins, 265 on the day, just 162 for the Reds, according to StatCast. There's the 2-1 to Lopez. Drives one foul. Off the right side, it's 2-2. Marlins wearing those crisp home whites. They are good-looking uniforms, aren't they? Been around a little while now. Hard to believe. I think it was, 2019? Marlins debuted these uniforms. Now time called to the plate. Not sure if Williamson was about to run out of time. I think he was, and Tyler Stevenson noticed, decided to make it a mound visit rather than ball 3 automatically. It's a veteran move. That catcher that's only been working with these rules for a couple of years in terms of the pitch clock. They'll take some time, pretend they had something to talk about here with 2 outs and a 2-2 count in the 4th. I got a feeling with nobody on that Stevenson wasn't actually too worried about what was going on with Williamson, who's in an absolute groove to this point. He may finish this 4th inning in under 50 pitches at 48 at the moment. The 2-2 to Lopez. He chases one and bounces it foul up to the first base coach. Toss into the crowd. Tell you what, the broadcast is doing a great job of getting some good looks at Francona. I think he spent about 10% of the game on screen. 2-2 count here. Pitch from Lopez, or to Lopez rather. Inside, ball 3. It was close. They thought about challenging it. I think Stevenson did. He will not. It's a sinker that didn't break quite enough back in from the left-hander. Let's take a look at this. Where was it exactly? Well, we'll find out in a minute. Here's a payoff pitch. Lopez bounces one to third, and it's going to be into left field. Off the glove of the third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes, who's a pretty good defender himself. And Lopez aboard with 2 away. Marlins' first hit of the night. They avoid the Brandon Williamson no-hitter. Yeah, that sinker just before it was inside. He's got a base runner for Herberto Hernandez. Just want to feel a little something at some point the second time through this order. It's a 1-0 ball game. Get someone on. Feel like you maybe break the seal a little bit. So with 2 away, Hernandez. Another right-hander facing the lefty Williamson. Takes strike 1, a changeup. Marlins haven't come out too aggressive, and Williamson has, and to this point, it's been advantage Williamson in that regard. A lot of first pitch takes, and he's leaving him in the zone. As this one bounced to third by Hernandez, they'll go the easy way, 5-4 on the fielder's choice. We're through 4. Marlins still looking to make a dent. It's 1-0. All right, we're back. Top of the fifth. Game's going by so fast. Commercials are going by even faster. Will Benson in. Swings and misses there. It's quickly 0-2 to him. We missed the first pitch strike, a slider. That was fouled off. Jansen Junk threw 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run was earned. He's walked 1 and struck out just as many. 0-2 here. Check swing by Benson. He went around. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Down goes Benson. There's strikeout number 2 for Jansen Junk. Tell you what, Junk has had a, it won't be a Sandy start. He's not going to go complete game shutout. That's out of the question, but he's looked very, very solid so far. He's been efficient. He's been getting a lot of good outs, a lot of weak contact. There's a slider that misses up. Now the back-to-back hits in the 4th inning. Can't have it come in bunches. You can't have, and they were really 2 singles, but Ellie De La Cruz turned a single into a double, which turns the whole game on its head and gives the Reds a 1-0 lead. But I think Junk's been pretty darn good so far. Speaking of singles, well, that one fielded over at second base. It was right back up the middle, but Leo Jimenez had him played perfect, and Stevenson is retired for out number 2. Goes 4-3 on the putout, right on cue. That was well struck, though, and the exit velocity may be ticking up a little bit as this game goes along. Marlins been hitting the ball hard, too. Jacob Marcy and Otto Lopez both hit it over 100 miles an hour in the top half, or the bottom half of the 4th. We're in the 5th inning already, folks. We're almost halfway through this thing. And there's 2 away. This one to center field. It's going to be playable for Marcy, edge of the track. And Key Brian Hayes, who wasn't even introduced yet, is out number 3. And folks, I have trouble believing we've had many games quicker than this one. We're halfway done. It's 7:40. It's been 50 minutes. We're halfway done, folks. Marlins and Reds. We'll be right back. We enter here at the bottom of the 5th. Surely there is an aspect to pitching, and I haven't experienced a game at this pace ever. Certainly wasn't a pitch clock in any game I pitched in, so I wouldn't know if this is true. But the faster paced games, obviously that means you're having more success and throwing less pitches, yes. You have to wonder if there's a psychological / physiological effect where guys don't feel as worn out on the mound because, it's been an hour since you started pitching. At some point, you got to go, well, yeah, I'm not used to being tired this early. As Connor Norby stands in at the bottom of the 5th. It's Norby, Edwards, and Leo Jimenez due up. As Norby drives one to left center field and deep, it is lifted out there in the gap, and it is caught in left field by Spencer Steer. Another loud out here at Lone Depot Park. Brings in Xavier Edwards, and this guy's had a little more luck than Connor Norby. He is first in baseball in batting average, tied first in hits, tied first in multi-hit games. He's got a 12-game hit streak. That is the best in baseball right now. If you picked him every single day and beat the streak, so far you're doing pretty darn well. Try to extend that today. So far 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. 55 pitches for Williamson with 1 out in the 5th. That one skipped its way to the plate. A change up low, ball 1. Marlins starting to put some good wood on the ball, and you'd imagine the third time through the lineup will only get better, but boy, hasn't been the start this ball game they've wanted. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Ball and a strike on the changeup. Xavier Edwards also got, a switch hitter that you can keep in the lineup and keep that hitting streak going and keep the impact going. In the 7th spot today is a DH. Facing the left-hander, Williamson. 1-1 here. And that curveball has been deceptive so far. It actually got me there. I was expecting a swing, but it dipped at the last second. Brandon Williamson, who entered the ball game with an ERA in the double figures, down to 6.23 as he faces Xavier Edwards here. The 2-1 pitch, wind up. He misses outside with a cut fastball. 3-1. Williamson, a little bit of a wind up, but that pace is so quick that you wouldn't really. You'd be forgiven if you forgot the speed he's going. There's a fastball in the outside corner. Counts full. At the very least, you're getting a full count, just the second one of the ball game, third one of the ball game rather, that the Marlins have seen. Otto Lopez with the first two. Here's the payoff pitch. Quickly, it bounces right side to the first baseman, and he's going to try to beat Edwards to the bag, and he does. That's Sal Stewart, and there's 2 away. Marlins with a walk and a single so far. Those are both their base runners. Leo Jimenez coming up for the second time here in the 5th. He grounded a short his first time up. So that target, if you're a pitcher, you want an efficient, relatively efficient game. You want to stick around 15 pitches normally. Sandy Alcantara, the exception. He probably shoots for 8. But Brandon Williamson right now, he needs 14 more pitches this inning to stay on that pace. So he's got plenty to work with. Skips a curveball in to Leo Jimenez. All of a sudden having a little more trouble finding the zone with that curveball, but he's got a couple swing and misses regardless with it. Marlins have 7 hard hits according to StatCast. It's over 95 miles an hour. Those are normally good. So far, not so much for the Marlins. It's ball 2 to Leo Jimenez. It's going to be up in the count here against a hot Brandon Williamson. 6-3 Marlins, 6-3 Reds. There's a cut fastball called strike 1. Looked like it might have been a little up. Reds will certainly take it. I think we are fully live on that old. There's a cut fastball in there, a little high. And this one back towards the mound, knocked off the glove, and now to second and in time to first. It's going to be a 1-4-3 putout. Jimenez was getting down the line, but a nice play there. And a little assist from Williamson. Marlins really can't catch a break so far. 1-4-3. It's out number 3, and we're through 5. 1-0 Reds. Well. Top of the 6th. It still hasn't been an hour since the ball game started. Noble Meyer officially out 12 to 16 weeks with a right shoulder sprain. That came across the docket today. Not good news. That's a few months. That's late in the season that he might be back. Bad news for the Marlins. Reds with the top of the order. Due up. Junk threw 53 pitches in the first 5 innings. He's actually got Brandon Williamson beat by a decent margin. 65 for Williamson, 53 for Junk through 5. Make it 54 as he gets strike 1 to Friedel. Now sets and delivers a fastball low, ball 1. Pitching as he does from the stretch, does Junk. Got his ERA down to 2.89. It's his second start of the season. Certainly in the direction of a quality start right now. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2. He's pointed that way, and with Sandy next, Marlins feel a lot better right now about their bullpen than they did just an hour ago, you'd imagine. What they might have to do now. It's still early to say that, as things get out of hand. Late in the ball game, swinging a miss with a changeup there from Friedel, and Jansen Junk has this thing going. It's his third strikeout of the ball game. He's able to get the leadoff man Friedel, who's 1 for 3 on the day now. Brings in Matt McClain, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Way back in the first inning. And Junk is coming after these guys right now. Hasn't seen any run support to this point. Hasn't seen anything close to run support. The Marlins haven't put a man in scoring position quite yet. But alas, right in this ball game with how good Junk's been, he may be able to go a while. The 0-1. Popped up by McClain behind home plate, now up the first base side, and Ramirez is there, and he makes the catch. A little awkward, but never easy for a catcher there, and that's out number 2 quickly. Talked about it earlier. The Marlins sent Pete Fairbanks to the paternity list. Recalled Ryan Gusto back to the bigs from AAA Jacksonville. He's made 1 start this season, as previously mentioned. The high school in North Carolina, played ball down in South Florida. In college, drafted by the Astros. Finds himself a Marlin. Ellie De La Cruz to the plate. Takes a changeup low. De La Cruz, the lone run of this ball game. He doubled in the 4th. Came around to scoring a single, and it was a hustle double, no doubt about it. A hard hit hustle double. You don't see those very often. This may be a base hit. No, a trap in left field. It is going to be a single on a line to left. Well played there by the left fielder, Herberto Hernandez. If that ball bounces past him, it is probably a triple, if not an inside the park home run, because that had some speed on it. A diving attempt, but he also did a good job of not selling himself out completely. He's able to trap it, and everyone saw it. It's a 2-out single for De La Cruz, and it could have been much, much worse based on how he was coming in and diving forward like that. The ball starts rolling. You got a lot of sprinting left to do, and Ellie De La Cruz is probably the fastest man in all of baseball. Sal Stewart now with 2 away. 1 second on the pitch clock as Junk delivers a slider for strike 1. And this is where he can slow down a little bit with the runner on. Got to mix things up. Junk's been good at it to this point. That being said, a stolen base against Agustin Ramirez not out of the realm of possibility from Ellie De La Cruz. Sal Stewart himself stole a bag earlier. And De La Cruz was trying to steal third his first time up. Here's a throw over from Junk. And back safely is De La Cruz. Kind of guy that I don't even think he's going to take a huge lead trying to go. I mean, he makes Connor Norby look small over at first base. Ellie De La Cruz on a baseball field looks like a 7-footer. This one popped up by Sal Stewart in the infield. It's playable. And Sanoja is ranging under it towards the pitcher's mound, makes the catch. The efficiency continues for Jansen Junk. Middle of the 6th. We keep things rolling here. My goodness, 1-0 Reds. Bottom of the sixth. It still is not 8 o'clock yet on the East Coast. This ball game started at 6:40. Is it a 6:40 start or a 6:50 start? 6:40. Correct. As this one bounces up the middle. First pitch to Javier Sanoja as he leads off the sixth as an out. I mean, the pace of this game is something I don't know if I've ever seen it before. And a surprise, too, because these two pitchers, I won't say they struggled. Jansen Junk was pretty darn good. Williamson certainly struggled. Both these offenses, the Reds less so, have been solid. But, I mean, my goodness, just shut down pitching on both sides. In comes Austin Slater, the leadoff man. They flip the order over. His third time up, he's 0 for 2 with a couple Ks, and he waves and misses at that changeup 0-1. Slater 3 for 6 in his career versus Williamson. No other Marlin has a stat entering this ball game against Brandon Williamson. 1-1 count to Slater as that misses low. Marlins gets something going here. Top of the order up in the sixth. Pitch misses away. Ball 2. He's working on that changeup a little bit more now as we get later into this ball game. That curveball has sort of drifted away from his repertoire a little bit. And cut fastball, changeup, and just the fastball as Austin Slater fouls one off his foot. 2-2. Speaking of the fastball, that was pitch number 70 from Williamson. He's 5 1/3 into this outing. Pretty darn solid. This Marlins offense has been so feisty, especially this last weekend. Getting guys on base, nothing tonight. I mean, it feels like the game's just started. We're only 90 minutes into this stream. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Bouncer to short from Slater. Ellie De La Cruz waits on it, throws across in time. It'll be 6-3 on the ground out. 2 gone in the sixth. I don't foresee any bullpens getting loose at this rate. A 1-hitter so far against the Fish. 4 hits for the Reds, just 1 run to show for it. Ellie De La Cruz earned that run for them. He's the only one with multiple hits in this ball game. Augustine Ramirez, who walked in his first at-bat, one of 2 Marlins base runners so far, takes strike 1. 6 straight retired for Williamson as Ramirez drives one to right field. Got a little carry to it. This one's back to the track, to the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Augustine Ramirez has extra bases. He's looking for 3. He's going to go for 3. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. A 2-out triple for Augustine Ramirez right on cue. And the Marlins have a little life here in the 6th. Inches away from a game-tying home run. Ramirez drove that one out to deep right field. Williamson left that sinker on the outer half. And boy, just, inches away from being a tie ball game right now. Augustine Ramirez, a much needed hit and an extra base hit at that, a triple. Brings in Jacob Marcy, the lefty, to face the left-hander Williamson, who hasn't had traffic on the bases all day long. This is the first runner in scoring position today for the Marlins. And the Reds, things are changing. Something's happening here. The Reds may challenge this. They're going to say, I believe, oh boy. I think the Reds are challenging that Augustine Ramirez came off the bag on the tag, and I can't imagine they'd challenge it if they weren't certain. That is the umpires challenged something. They say the call is confirmed officially and that the ball was in play. And the runner on third, boy, it was close on Ramirez popping up on the tag too, according to the replay. He was safe though. I believe that the umpires just reviewed whether or not that was a home run. It was off the top of the fence. It wasn't real close. I don't know what they were really reviewing. Jacob Marcy steps in and takes a cutter just outside ball 1. So Jacob Marcy, who has had absolutely no luck so far this season, his average is 111. With a runner on third base, the ball just misses the top of the fence. You think the Marlins have a little bit of luck saved up for the unluckiest hitter in baseball this season, and Marcy fouls back the 1-0. He's had 2 hard hit balls today. He's 0 for 2. Fly out to right and a line out to center. 75 pitches in for Williamson. 2 outs in the 6th. Runner on third. Marlins could tie it here. They trail 1-0. I wouldn't hate it if Marcy tried to take the lead, too. The 1-1. Outside with a sweeper. Lefty Marcy does have success against left-handers. He has reverse splits in his young career. Made his MLB debut last year with a scorching start. Couldn't get him out of the lineup for a while. The 2-1. Marcy goes after a cut fastball inside, 2-2. A little bit up. Marcy was aggressive. He's been putting his bat on the ball, no doubt about it. That 111 average is certainly going to go up soon. Williamson trying to get out of a little jam here in the 6th. Otto Lopez awaiting on deck. Lefty here. The 2-2 to Marcy. Swing and a miss. Got him with the sweeper. Marlins strand a runner on third. Augustine Ramirez's triple goes for naught. We head to the 7th of this ball game. Still 1-0 Reds. We're back. Marlins and Reds. Top of the 7th. Somehow, someway, Jansen Junk shutting down the Reds, more or less. They have 1 run. They lead the Marlins, though, 1-0. Eugenio Suarez leading off. He took strike 1. Big sweeper in there. And the 0-1 is bounced to third. Javier Sano has been busy tonight. Takes a long run towards first base. Steps into it and makes the play for out number 1. A little bit of comfort in running towards first base that you see a lot of third basemen have, and shortstops as well. When they get the time, they sort of run in. And celebrating his 100th birthday at Lone Depot Park. Even got a sign to celebrate. That's good to see. Wearing the old Marlins pinstripes, the Florida Marlins uniform. Yeah, so this top of the 7th, Marlins trail 1-0. Jansen Junk's thrown just 65 pitches after he gets the first out of the inning. There's a sweeper in there. Front door sweeper against Spencer Steer for strike 1. Will Benson waiting on deck. These at-bats, once you start the 7th inning, tend to get a little more intense. But to this point, they've just been quick and relatively easy for both pitchers. This one driven to center field, though, by Steer. It's going to be playable for Marcy, who's under it, and makes the catch for out number 2. I mean, the speed of this game, I think we're going to keep it under 2 hours at this rate. I mean, this is bananas. We're right on pace for 2 hours at the moment, I think. I'm willing to bet 40% commercials. I feel like the breaks are quicker than the game. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors for the Reds. Marlins They have no runs on 2 hits, 1 error. This man keeping score with the ball game. There's strike 1 on a changeup to Will Benson, the left-hander. And I mentioned it earlier, but when guys are this comfortable on the mound, you run the risk of just leaving one over the plate and something getting out of here quick and changing the ball game. Don't want that to happen. Don't want to get a little too comfortable, but so far Jansen Junk has not done that. It has been a great outing for him, pitching now deep into the 7th inning with 2 away, and I imagine he's coming out for the 8th. We can get this out of Benson here. Benson, the right fielder, 0 for 2 in this one. Sweeper misses inside, 2 balls and a strike. Benson popped out to Sanoha at third and struck out his last time up. 6 2/3 strong and just 2 strikeouts for Jansen Junk. He's been getting a lot of ground balls and fly balls. That is the recipe for a good long outing. There's a swing and a miss at the change, 2-2, and that changeup is a working for Jansen Junk right now. He's been mixing it up tonight. Gone to the changeup a good bit, the fastball and the slider all about evenly. 2-2 with 2 outs here, and this one into center field. It's going to be down for a base knock. Jacob Marcy backhands it, and a 2-out single here for Will Benson extends the inning for Tyler Stevenson. Pretty dangerous bottom of the order, although Stevenson and Ke'Bryan Hayes have really struggled out of the gate this year. Sal Storth, the only one hitting over 300 for the Reds. You think the Marlins were the team struggling based on the numbers tonight. 8 hard hit balls, just 2 hits. Stevenson 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to center and grounded to second. Man aboard, worried about a steal here of Will Benson. Check swing by Stevenson. It's fouled off towards the Reds dugout. Everybody all right over there, 0-1. Singular homer this year for Stevenson. He's driven in a pair of runs. Average, though, 130. Hard-hitting catcher. Throw over to first by Jansen Junk, and back in time is Will Benson, just checking on him. Benson had to dive back in. 73 pitches for Junk. 2 outs here in the 7th. 0-1. Runner going, pitches in there for a strike, throw down in time and on the money. Augustin Ramirez has had many a trouble at throwing out runners. Reds will take a pause to take a look at it. I don't think they're going to be able to review this. I think he's out. No, they won't. 7th inning stretch time. Marlins lead at 1-0, and Ramirez with a nice play to cap off 7 strong from Jansen Junk. It's 4-5-6 for the Marlins here in the bottom of the 7th. At this rate, you don't know if this is going to be your last shot to get up. It's been a quiet night for the Marlins bats. They put up 7 in each of the last, or both the last 2 games against the Yankees, and have been real quiet today. Jansen Junk, though, the highlight for the Fish. 74 pitches, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run was earned. The efficiency has been good. Just 1 run. Has been a lot of traffic on the bases. Only 3 strikeouts and a walk, but going after guys and getting a lot of ground balls, fly balls. Exactly what you want to see from him, especially a guy at the back of the rotation going 7 innings. You'll take that every day of the week. We'll see if he goes back out there for the 8th. Marlins need to give him a run if they're going to win anyway. First pitch to Otto Lopez misses low. Red Sox do have a man up in the bullpen. It's a lefty arm. So we'll see if Williamson has a short leash here in the 7th. He's at pitch number 80 as he delivers to Lopez, who fouls off a fastball 1-1. Otto Lopez has that OPS down to 924. He's hit the ball hard today. It's a single and a ground out. Marlins have 4 lefties available on the bench, and now Phillips is loosening for the Marlins in the bullpen. Interesting developments. Marlins have a righty up, Reds have a lefty up. 1-1 misses well inside, and Otto Lopez trots across to the other batter's box to get out of the way. Augustine Ramirez thrown out a runner at second base. He really struggled last year. Base stealers, big swing and a miss on the changeup by Otto Lopez, and there's 2 strikes on him. Hernandez on deck with Connor Norby in the hole here in the 7th. The Marlins, you just like to get a fourth name to the plate. Love to see Xavier Edwards come up with a man aboard here in a 1-run ball game. Series opener between the 6-3 Marlins and 6-3 Reds. Big curveball fouled off by Otto Lopez. Count will hold at 2-2. Williamson at 83 pitches. Be interested to see what happens the rest of this inning. Lopez fouls off another sinker. He stays alive here. We've got ourselves a long, lengthy at-bat. Otto Lopez has had a few of them. He's run the count full each of his first 2 at-bats. Can he do it again in a 3rd? It's 2-2 now. Pitch. Bouncer left side. De La Cruz diving stop. He's going to have a tough throw to first, not in time. Boy, the fact that he got it there, he was on his back when he let it go. And it's an infield single for Otto Lopez. A well-deserved infield single. De La Cruz, heck of a play just to get to it. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Marlins for the first time today. I don't know how Ellie De La Cruz, who's diving to his left, rolls over as he's kind of got back up and then fell backwards. Landed hard on his rear. And the slower runner maybe had a chance, but he wasn't going to get Otto Lopez. But still an impressive feat from Ellie De La Cruz. Probably gets compliments day in, day out. Now a mound visit for Brandon Williamson, who's 85 pitches in, a man on first, nobody out. He's allowed just 3 hits in this ball game. Reds talking things over. They're going to keep things rolling. Burke in the bullpen for Cincinnati. We'll see if things change with him potentially coming in. So how about this? 70 or 85 pitches for Williamson. 21 of them have been to Otto Lopez. Another long at-bat just now. He ended it with a single. His 2nd time on base. 2 hits for Otto Lopez on a quiet night for the Marlins offense. And Hernandez takes a changeup on the outside half. 0-1. Neither team has even used an ABS challenge yet. Both teams have come close to wanting to challenge a call, but have not. The umpires are the only ones who have actually made a challenge in this one. They were checking on the Augustine Ramirez triple to make sure it wasn't a home run. Hit the top of the fence. Marlins weren't able to cash it in. A 1 cutter misses just a bit outside to Hernandez. Ball and strike. Marlins have 6 wins this year. 4 of them they were trailing late in the ball game, or at some point in the ball game. They came from behind to win last night after a long rain delay. There's a changeup taken by Hernandez for strike 2. Murto has flown out to left and grounded into a fielder's choice to 3rd. 2 strikes. Can he get on here in the 7th? Williamson looks over and goes up and in, and Hernandez thought he got hit. He's going to challenge. He wants the Marlins to challenge it. He says, I got hit. He asked the dugout to take a look at it. That's close. I don't know. Hernandez may have been hit. Maybe on the jersey somewhere. You're not going to be able to see it from a side angle. I don't know. It's close. They're not going to challenge. It's 2-2. Williamson peeks at first base where Otto Lopez stands and delivers, and Hernandez swings and misses. He's not happy, I don't think. That's a tough one. You want a challenge, Marlins don't look at it. And there's a man on and a man out. That brings up Connor Norby for the Marlins. The first baseman has flown out to right and to left. Just a strange night. Marlins bats have been so good. Maybe they are a little tired. Maybe Junk's the only one that got his rest on the trip home from the Big Apple. First pitch to Norby, up and away. Norby's driven in a few this year. That average is just 154, though, for Connor Norby. Love to spin that luck around right now if he's got any waiting. There's a fastball that missed just inside, I believe. It's 2-0. See exactly where this pitch was. I think it was close. That might have been challenge-worthy for the Cincinnati Reds. It's pitch number 92 from Williamson. We'll see in a second when it shows up on your screen, as it does mine. First, the 2-0, and Norby drives one center field and deep. Got a lot behind it, going back to the track, making the catch in center field is TJ Friedel, and it's just a loud out number 2, and the luck continues to just not show up right now for the Marlins. They are hitting the ball all over the ballpark, and it's just not working. Norby especially, he's now 0 for 3 with a couple well-struck balls. And it brings in Xavier Edwards, who's hitting .444 on the year despite an 0 for 2 today. He flew out to left and grounded out to first. Sandy on the mound tomorrow, same time, 6:40 p.m. start for the Fish. And that's going to be it. Williamson's going to come out. We'll take a quick break and tell you who's coming in after this. Uh-oh, some technical difficulties for the first time. No bueno. We'll be right back. All right, back to it. Brock Burke, the left-hander, into the ball game. In his 4 appearances, has not allowed a run yet. Runner on first will not be credited to him if it did come around to score. His second pitch to Xavier Edwards is a four-seam fastball in there for strike 1 after he missed on the first pitch, so a ball and a strike. The Marlins DH tonight. He's 0 for 2, but leads the team in batting average at .444 even after the 0 for 2. Time called at the plate by Edwards. I'll give you guys another 5 seconds here. How about another 5? Why not? See if we can. One and one now to Xavier Edwards. The runner on first and 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Way ahead of that changeup there. It'll be 6 2/3 for Brandon Williamson, who had a very strong outing, and this runner doesn't score from first, it'll be a scoreless outing. Edwards stays alive with a fastball fouled off right side. That fastball cranked up a little bit compared to what Williamson was throwing. 98 on the gun that time. Get to scores around the league momentarily, as it's been going so fast. I haven't even had a chance to breathe, just look around, smell the roses. And inside ball 2 to Xavier Edwards, who I think believed that was going to be strike 3 when he first saw it. He took a little dart out of the box, and yeah, that was a good bit inside. I think he's the only one that was fooled, though. Behind the plate, there was no movement. Burke did not head towards the dugout. 2-2 coming to Edwards now, and he certainly looked at strike 3. That fastball was right down Main Street. And the Marlins go down in the 7th without much of a whimper. Through 7, 1-0. Reds on top. Top of the 8th, folks. Guess who's back out there? It's Jansen Junk. Marlins trail the Reds 1-0. Jansen Junk has thrown just 74 pitches. His 75th is the first of the 8th. He'll face Tyler Stevenson again, who was down 0-2, but a Will Benson stolen base attempt, which failed, is going to give Tyler Stevenson new life. He's 0-2 on the day, with the last plate appearance not counting as one. He fouls this one back, ball and a strike. Junk has not had an inning with more than 14 pitches in it. You see it right there, a 6-pitch 5th. Swing and a miss by Stevenson, and that was a wave and a miss. I don't even want to qualify that as a swing. Sort of chopped at that. A breaking pitch by Jansen Junk. And the Junk's been working in this one. The 1-2. Fly ball, foul ground, and into the seats. This is a 4-pitch at bat. It's going to see its 5th pitch. This is a pretty long one. With the night that Jansen Junk has had, you haven't seen many like this. And a fun test stream. A quick one at that. One misses low and away with a sweeper, 2-2. See what the Marlins want to do. Phillips has been loosening for a good while now. I mean, the pitch count in each inning is just the stuff of dreams. Less than 15 in every inning. It's crazy. And this one out to left field by Stevenson. It is high, it is deep, and it is gone. And just like that, the night has been turned on its head as the Reds lead it 2-0. A much-needed insurance run for Cincinnati. Tyler Stevenson, a solo shot out to left. One of those bats that has been quiet early this season. He got a slider over the plate, deposits it in left field. The energy in this ballpark, not this ballpark, but that ballpark, was rather minimal throughout this game. It was a frenetic pace, though, and you almost felt like the game was back and forth in a way with how the pitchers were both coming out and dealing. Now 2-0 lead, and doesn't necessarily still have that feel. Sweeper missed somewhere. It's quickly 2-0 to Key Brian Hayes, and Junk's still out there at 82 pitches now. We'll see how long he lasts. I'm guessing he doesn't have another base runner allowed as he misses low and away here with a changeup. Things may be getting away from Jansen Junk, who's done a great job to this point. It'll be a quality start, more than likely, unless the Marlins keep him out for too long here. There's a strike in there. Fastball that Hayes was taken all the way. (3-1). Bouncer left side over to short. Lopez over to first in time, and there's one away in the eighth. Well done from Jansen Junk to bounce back from 3-0 and get that out after the home run. Really, really good response. Flips the order over to TJ Friedel, and we will also see if the Marlins want to have Jansen Junk face this order a fourth time through. As good as he's been, always dangerous when guys start to see a few times. He does get Friedel, though. First pitch misses well inside. Friedel, a 1-for-3 day, had a leadoff single in the first. Hitting 121 on the young campaign. That includes the single in the first. OPS below 400. He's going to try to put down a bunt here. Jansen Junk comes up, fields it, throw to first. It's not going to be in time. Friedel on with a bunt single. Boy, that might have been a half-second 90-foot dash there from TJ Friedel. He was gunning it down the line. Pretty good bunt. It had a little bit of backspin on it almost, so it sort of bounces up there and nearly in the in-between area where Augustine Ramirez could have come up and got it. But yeah, that's just about unplayable. Can't play it much better. Junk had a nice throw, pretty quick throw. He's going to be done at 87 pitches with a man on first and one out in the eighth. 7 1/3 for Jansen Junk, and in comes Phillips. And oh boy, is that always an exciting sight. We'll be back in a moment. All right, Tyler Phillips into the ball game for the Marlins with a man on and a man out in the eighth. They trail 2-0. As Jansen Junk will finish with 7 1/3. We'll see if that runner on first comes around. It's either going to be given a 2-run mark or a 3 earned run mark. Around the NL East, the Braves will play tonight, as will the Phillies, both those teams on the West Coast, against the Angels and Giants, respectively. So Tyler Phillips sets and delivers his first pitch of the night, giving himself a good refreshment as he runs out onto the field in his 2 appearances. Still has not allowed an earned run himself. 5 strikeouts, pair of walks so far. 1-0 bounces its way to the plate, and up is Ramirez, but runner on first, Friedel, will not go anywhere. It's 2-0. Furthermore, the Nationals trail the Cardinals 3-2. That is it for your NL East recap today. Apologies for the slight delay on the Vizcast that you're looking at. There's the 2-0 pitch in there to Matt McClain, 2-1. Right-hander, the first to face Tyler Phillips out the pen. Check over at first. Back safely is the runner Friedel. Top of the 8th, 2-0 lead for the Reds. They're trying to add to it here. Marlins haven't been able to do anything offensively. Get traffic on the bases. They had a triple with 2 outs in the 7th, but unable to do anything with that. There's a fastball in the outside corner, and it's 2-2. It was a close one. We'll see. It was a called strike. McClain took it. I'm not exactly sure that was a strike. Friedel leading off first. Here's a 2-1 swing and a miss. He got McClain. Good sweeper there that McClain went and chased. There's 2 down as Ellie De La Cruz comes on in. There's the called strike sinker. That might have been right on the black at the knees, but that's close. And getting the swing and miss stuff. And is Ellie De La Cruz. He can turn one around real quick. Seeing the ball well tonight. 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. First pitch to him is low, ball 1 with a sinker. Tyler Phillips in, Brian De La Cruz, Ellie De La Cruz facing him. 3 home runs this year for De La Cruz, as previously mentioned. 2 for 3 night tonight. Can he add to it? Phillips throws over to first, and Friedel's back in safely. Reds have out-hit the Marlins 7-3 to this point. Expect the batting average, by the way, still in favor of the Fish, 230 to 203. The 1-0 to De La Cruz in there, strike 1. Marlins been whacking the ball around the field. Both starters gone from this game. Both had good outings. 6 2/3 for Brandon Williamson. 3 hits, no runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts in just 93 pitches. Junk finished with 87 pitches in 7 1/3. 1-1 outside on a splitter. 2-1. Be interested to know if that was picked up by the mic as part of the test stream. 2-1 to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball. 2-2. No Pete Fairbanks, of course, the Marlins closer, who they did not have last night, except for the first inning, weirdly enough. Caused a little bit of trouble late. Marlins gave up 2 in the 9th. 2-2 to De La Cruz, runner on first. You think Friedel might be going here. Bender had the 9th last night for the Marlins. We'll see who might have it tonight. Time called by De La Cruz. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 8th. A 2-0 Reds lead in Game 1 of this weekday series against the Marlins. 10th pitch of the day from Tyler Phillips is in the dirt. A curveball. Runner going to second. Throw down from Ramirez. It's close. He's safe. Not in time, and Friedel is on second now. He would have been on the move with a full count anyway. It's not going to be a stolen base, maybe a wild pitch. Marlins take a look and they decide they're not going to challenge it. Not a bad throw from Ramirez. He got it up pretty quick, but Friedel's pretty quicker. See, they may rule this a stolen base. I'm not sure what the official ruling is going to be. 2-2 count for De La Cruz. Phillips from the set delivers. Bouncer up the middle, played well at short by Otto Lopez. It was right at him. It's out number 3. The Marlins get out of the top of the 8th with limited damage. A solo shot from Tyler Stevenson, though, will not help an insurance run for the Reds. It's 2-0. Fish got to get going soon. All right, bottom of the 8th. Marlins trail 2-0 still. We'll see if Brock Burke's still out there momentarily. I believe he is. He threw 6 pitches. No, he's not. I think we got a new arm in there. See in just a second. And they decide to pan back over to him. It is Tony Santillan. All right. The right-hander. So the Marlins are going to have some opportunities with the bench to change things up at the bottom of the order. It's an interesting decision because of that. 5 appearances. He is not allowed to run yet this year either. This Reds bullpen and staff has been pretty darn good. Santillan will have to face Leo Jimenez and Javi Sanoja. First pitch has popped up. This is not Lopez. This is Liam Hicks. And Liam Hicks' first pitch fly out to center. That's Dane Myers out there in center field, by the way. He just came in for the Reds. So a couple changes all over the field. Liam Hicks is retired, out number 1. Leo Jimenez was at second base, so we'll see where the Marlins go defensively in the 9th. Some changes for the Reds that we'll get to when we figure it out ourselves. 1 out for Javier Sanoja, who takes strike 1. Santillan, maybe even think about a 6-out save for him. Sanoja pair of ground outs tonight. Or this season. That's got to be tonight. Yeah, that's tonight. That's a crazy way to display that. Takes a strike there. I believe it's 0-2, but it's listed as 1-1 at the moment here. 1 out in the 8th. This one bounces to short. Ellie De La Cruz backhands there, takes his time, chucks it over to first. 2 away in the 8th. Frustration starting to pour in, you'd imagine, for the Marlins offensively. It has been rough so far. Brings in Owen Casey, who's going to take Austin Slater's spot at the top of the order now. Marlins tossing in those lefties after all. 2 outs in the 8th. I believe he was going to be coming up no matter what. I was hoping that he'd come up with a runner on base, though. So with 2 gone, Casey check swing, and he went around, strike 1. Not sure if that was a called strike or if that was ruled a strike because of the swing. Either way, I think it should have been both. 0-1, the pinch hitter Casey takes outside ball 1. So with Liam Hicks in the ball game, you'd imagine that means Agustin Ramirez is going to stay in and catch the rest of this one. He's on deck, the 1-1. Outside ball 2. Marlins still have Griffin Conine and Graham Pauley on the bench. And that is Agustin Ramirez in the on-deck circle. So yeah, he will get his licks here, either in the top of the 9th or bottom of the 9th, or with 2 outs in the 8th. Casey swings through that slider. 2-2. It's a slurve, technically, actually. Based on the break. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And time called to the plate by Casey. Dane Myers came in for Spencer Steer. He'll be in center, and Friedel moved to left. Former Marlin is due up next inning, so we'll see how that goes. The 2-2 to Owen Casey. Outside ball 3, and the count runs full. Santillan, full count to Casey. Stressful times here in the for the Marlins in the 8th, and Casey stays alive with a foul ball off the left side, at least making Santillan work. Liam Hicks fly out and a Javi Sanoja ground out to start the inning. Austin Slater, who's done for the day, went 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. He's really struggled out of the gate this season. Casey with that OPS at 926. Would love to add to that here. Payoff pitch coming to him. High ball 4. It looked a little rushed from Santillan. The pitch clock was at 1. Wonder if that messed him up a hair. Either way, the tying run is coming to the plate in Agustin Ramirez, and we'll see if he stays in the ball game. Like I said, you have Griffin Conine and Graham Pauley left over. They will keep him in. Casey aboard on first. Augustin's had some good at-bats tonight. 1 for 2 with a walk. Had that triple that narrowly missed. Sneaking over the fence. First pitch to Ramirez is in there, strike 1. Hasn't knocked one over the fence yet this season. Ramirez takes high ball 1. Like we said, we still have not seen an ABS challenge yet from either of these two teams. That one was a borderline pitch that surprised didn't get a challenge. Good work behind the plate so far tonight, but still, I mean, at some point, just take a shot on one. An 0-2 count on Ramirez would be nice right now, I'm sure, if you're Santillan. 1-1 swung on and missed. Big hack at a fastball at 95. And he just blew it right by Ramirez. Well, it's down to their final strike here in the 8th. All night where they've been backs against the wall offensively all night long. 1-2 coming to Ramirez. Santillan really taking his time. Gets the pitch clock down to 1, and Ramirez swings through another. Just blowing it by him, and the Marlins are going to have to walk it off if they want to win tonight. We're through 8. It is still a Reds lead and a shutout of the Fish, 2-0. Game one of a 4-game set against the Cincinnati Reds has not gone the Marlins' way so far. The Marlins have Casey in right field now. Sanoha moves over to second. Liam Hicks will play first. And Connor Norby goes from first to third. Interesting setup here is Sal Stort will face Tyler Phillips, who pitches his first full inning. This one driven to right field by Stort and deep, and going back is Casey at the track, and he reaches up and makes the catch. A leaping grab for Owen Casey. Welcome to the ball game, Casey. The second pitch of him in the outfield is a ball near the fence. And he jumps up, makes the grab. So when Casey comes in, all he does is walk and make a leaping grab right off the bench. Mid-game form, you might say. It's now Eugenio Suarez, first pitch, ground ball to second. Over there is now Sanoha, who came from third base, throws to Liam Hicks, who's newly into the ball game, 4-3 on the putout. And the Marlins have quickly got 2 away behind Tyler Phillips here in the 9th. Brings in Spencer Steer, who's been replaced with Dane Myers, in fact. The former Marlin, that's a familiar name for most Marlins fans. PJ Friedel, of course, moved over to left field. Dane Myers into center. Only 14 pitches so far from Phillips. He's got 4 outs to this point. First pitch to Myers. He squares around a bunt and pulls back. 1-0. Phillips winds and delivers. That one outside, ball 2. Dane Myers hitting .267 on the young season. First at bat of the night. Here's the 2-0. It's low, and it's 3-0. Spencer Steer finished today 0 for 3 with a strikeout looking. Marlins got a lot out of Jansen Junk. Jansen Junk didn't get a lot out of the Marlins in this one. As 3-0 misses high and in, and Phillips gives him a little chin music as he sends him to first base. It'll bring in Will Benson with 2 away. At this point, the optimism around the Marlins offense is very low. Got 3-4-5 coming up. Marcy Lopez Hernandez due up in the 9th. We'll see what happens there. Lefty Will Benson takes low, ball 1 on a curveball. Jansen Junk, Tyler Phillips, the only Marlins to pitch in this ball game. In a weird sense, it feels like you're punting it by keeping Phillips in and not bringing another arm in. Big lead over there at first base from Dane Myers. Pitch is fouled off, 1-1. I mean, if this is Game 7 of the World Series, you probably want to go to your best guy that you got. But even still, you might kind of get the sense of punting from the bullpen perspective. Not a serious, but, to a lesser extent, punting late in the game. 1, it's only 2-0. And 2, and now a late steal from Dane Myers. The throw down to second is not in time. Marlins may take a look at that one. With 2 outs in the 9th, it may be worth it. Clayton McCullough holding the hand up, and he's going to say play on, no challenge. A delayed steal from Dane Myers, and it works against Agustin Ramirez. Either a delayed steal or just a bad jump. And with the lefty, maybe he didn't see it. Yeah, Dane Myers is safe. Not a bad throw, not a bad tag, but not quite enough by Agustin Ramirez. 2-1 count now, runner in scoring position. A chance to add another insurance run for the Reds. 2-1 misses. And Tyler Stephen waits on deck, who just homered his last time up. Did so against Jansen Junk. Tyler Phillips trying to get out of this jam here. He's found himself in the top of the 9th. 3-1, driven to second base. What a snag over at second by Sanoha. Throw it first to Hicks in time. Javier Sanoha has made some incredible plays tonight, and that will top the list. Saves a run, scooping one out on a high, tough, hard hit ball. A high hop. I don't know how he got his glove on that one. Sliding stop. A smooth, cool throw over to first. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Marlins still trail 2-0. All right, we'll come back quick here, set the scene for the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Jacob Marcy, Otto Lopez, and Herberto Hernandez. The Marlins do have Griffin Conine and Graham Pauley on the bench. They can put them in. Pretty much have the flexibility, it would appear, to put them in wherever if they feel they need to. Marcy 0 for 3, but Otto Lopez does have 2 of the Marlins' 3 hits tonight. He'll come up in the ninth. Marcy's been hitting the ball hard, but not where it needs to go. A couple lineouts today, hard hit balls, and then a strikeout in his third at bat. Marlins haven't had many opportunities in this one. There's been a pair of walks and 3 hits. That's it for the Fish. 5 base runners, have not had 2 on at one time. They're going to need to get at least 1 here. A bloop and a blast will tie this ball game real quick. The Reds have, for all intents and purposes, dominated the Marlins' offense to this point. Starting off with Marcy, then Otto Lopez, then Hernandez. Tyler Phillips, by the way, nice little job out of the bullpen with a runner on in the 8th. He comes in and gets 5 outs without allowing anyone to come across. Jansen Junk finished with 7 1/3, 7 hits, but just 2 runs. A quality start indeed. He walked 1 and struck out 3, only threw 87 pitches, so he won't be too sore when he goes through his routine heading into his next start in a week. Emilio Pagan will come on in for the Reds, a save opportunity. Pagan so far this season, not too great. His ERA is at 8.44 in 5 games. He's saved 3 of those 5 games. Chance here for the Marlins. Jacob Marcy takes inside, and Pagan, who's been pretty good in his career and certainly has that closer role for the Reds, has not been good out of the gate. It's a chance for the Marlins. In 10 games against the Fish, he's got a 2.38 ERA. Marcy takes outside, ball 1. A reminder, neither team has used an ABS challenge yet. And some good calls behind the plate, but there's been a couple that you question maybe worth a challenge on them. At least a reasonable one, as Marcy skies a 2-0 pitch out behind first base. This is not the start of the inning the Marlins wanted. And there's a couple Reds over there, and he makes the catch. That's the second baseman, Matt McLean, who came over. He did not call off Stewart. They're all smiles over there. They would not be if things went poorly. It is a frustrating out number 1 for Jacob Marcy, who even when things get a little dicey, can't get any luck. There were 2 gloves right there, and I guess Matt McLean got out of the way at the very last split second, but that typically is where you get a dropped ball. It's right against the netting, too. That's not an easy catch even when you're alone. And McLean makes it. It's a poor swing by Jacob Marcy regardless on a fastball in on the hands on 2-0. Otto Lopez, who's had some good swings tonight, takes outside, and that's going to be your first ABS challenge. It was actually called a strike. We'll see Otto Lopez, how well he's seeing the zone tonight. Probably 2 for 3 for a reason. He looks up at the scoreboard. It's a strike on the outside corner. It was a close one. Not a bad challenge by any means. Marlins still have 1, but it's 0-1 to Lopez. The only downside, it's a little demoralizing when you think you're going to have an opportunity to be 1-0, and now you climb back into the box at 0-1. Marlins lose their first challenge. Bottom 9, 1 out. Pitch to Lopez. Lopez, ground ball left side. Ellie De La Cruz fields it cleanly. Throw over to first in plenty of time. 2 away. And the Marlins have quickly here, in just 2 hours and 16 minutes, found themselves down to their final out. Like we said, a bloop and a blast will do it. Marlins have been on the wrong side of things tonight. Herberto Hernandez, the last hope for the Marlins. He needs to get on, and then Connor Norby in the on-deck circle. That may end up being Griffin Conine or the aforementioned Graham Pauley. Berto Hernandez with 2 away in the 9th. Marlins just need a base runner here. First pitch to him from Pagan, and he's way behind it, strike 1. I don't know if the bats are still stuck in the Bronx, but the Marlins have been unable to even look competitive sometimes at the plate tonight. Hit the ball hard early in this one, but they've really fallen off in the back half of this ball game, as has the confidence, it would appear. The 0-1 pitch outside, ball 1. The last thing you want is to see Pagan 3 times in this series and get him when he's starting to feel a little more comfortable. So Reds fans standing at Lone Depot Park with 2 away in the 9th and a 2-0 lead, the 1-1. Just looks at a fastball right down Broadway, 1-2, and the Fish down to their final strike of the night. The ball game tomorrow, 6:40 against the Reds again in Game 2. They have Sandy on the mound. 1-2 pitch, good take in the dirt. A pretty good splitter from Pagan. Not even 9 o'clock yet, and the Reds potentially they are a strike away from a victory. 2-2 to Hernandez. Bouncer foul left side. Just get this at bat a little longer. Just get on base for Hernandez. This ball game is within reach. If you get on, you're 1 swing away from being right back in this thing and feeling good. Chance to walk it off after that. The Marlins have not even been close to that. Augustine Ramirez came close. He hit the top of the wall with a triple. Here's a 2-2. Did check swing? Did he go? He did not. Boy, I thought Hernandez went around and that was going to be the ball game. Instead, it's just a loud ball 3. The count runs full. Walks as good as a hit in this situation, and oh boy, Hernandez held up. It was close. Francona thought he went. Payoff pitch coming. Popped up, foul ground behind home plate, and into the seats. Not by much, just a few rows in. Pitch number 8 of this at-bat coming. Hernandez trying to stay alive, keep the Marlins alive late. Hasn't been all that enjoyable for the Marlins, but it could be with a miracle here. Hernandez, bouncer left side. Ellie De La Cruz, routine play it short, throw over to first. That's the ball game. It's 8:59 p.m., and the Cincinnati Reds have already beaten the Marlins. A 6:40 start time. It was 2 hours and 18 minutes. Started a minute late. Tough one. No doubt about it. The Marlins go down 2-0 in the series opener. They have dropped a 3rd straight series opener now. This is a 4-game set against the Reds. They've got an opportunity to make up for it and then some. Still a chance to win the series. Ellie De La Cruz, probably your MVP today, if not Brandon Williamson, who went 6 2/3, 3 hits, no runs. Jansen Junk was really good for the Fish, but he'll end up with a loss. 7 1/3, just 2 runs on 7 hits. A few strikeouts for him. Real problem for the Fish, 3 hits. Otto Lopez had 2 of them. Marlins got on base a couple times via the walk. It wasn't very pretty. The Cincinnati Reds go to 7-3. The Marlins fall to 6-4. Sandy Alcantara on the mound tomorrow. He has gone 16 scoreless so far this year. Something to look forward to for the Fish. And real tough one, though, offensively. The first shutout of the season against the Marlins. See how they bounce back tomorrow. That's going to be it for the test stream. I think we did all right. I think we got a couple things we can work on. But I think we're going good. This might be the last test stream, in fact. We'll see. Also going to count here exactly how long it takes for the stream to end. Let me know for future reference. Thank you guys for watching. If you're going back to watch this video at a later date, that's weird. Don't do that. Stop doing that. I don't like it. And yeah, Marlins fall 2-0 to the Cincinnati Reds. That's it. See ya.